Okay then, hello everybody and welcome back to Team Prawn Racing. So, last week I showed you these really rather, still can't point on camera, really rather large slicks. Now I need to cover these. So, I've got something that it might be a little bit controversial. I've got myself a rather large box from ABS Motorsport. So, what's in the box? Why is it controversial? First off, ABS Motorsport, great company. Run by Tony, been around 30 odd years, ridiculous. I've had loads of ABS kit, bonnets, boots for minis, wheel arches, everything you can think of for a mini. This is my first piece of non-mini kit from ABS. I'm going to open the box and show you what I've got. So, stupidly large tyre, even larger box from ABS. What do we have in here? Is that the right one? That is not the right one to show you. I'm going to damage him already. Dun dun dun. We have a Super 2000 Golf arch kit. Now, question, is a Super 2000 Golf arch kit going to fit on an A3 at all? And is it going to cover any of this tyre? Let's offer it up. So first things first, this is a very loose trial fit, holding it into place, see if it's anything like... You know what? That's not a million miles off. It's not as wide as the ridiculously wide tyre, but it's not bad in terms of coverage. It's a lot better than we might have otherwise expected. Bearing in mind I'm just holding this with one hand, it's quite good on the body here. Let me hold that with a knee. And with a bit of a squeeze, you know what? It's actually quite good all the way back. It lines up quite nicely there. Down to the front. That is not bad, with no fixings whatsoever, all the way down. The only bit is that little bulge where the Mark V has a bulge, but our air dam comes up to this line, so that would be covered. Same width as a splitter, which is extremely cool. You know what? I think I could be onto something here. I know I've just said it, but it's really hard to get a proper fit up when you're holding it with one hand. But it's really, even down to this shape here, the way it curves in there, look at that. That is on the back of the wing there. You've got a couple of mil there that you could easily take out with a fixing. And then it fits the wing real nice all the way down. Same width as a splitter as well. I love that. I really like that. And I didn't expect to. So that's the front arch offered into place. And you know what? I think that's going to be a goer. So next up is the rear arch. Now, this might be the more controversial bit because it has a flick up at the back that kind of ties in with the light lens line on a Mark V. No idea how it's going to look on the A3. But I'm going to offer it up. I think I need to take the skirt off to get this to really properly fit. If I take the skirt off, then I can't fit the front up because the skirt's holding the wing in place. So I might very loosely offer this into place, see if it's a goer, then focus my time and effort on the fronts because I've already got rear arches. I've just popped it off for this test fit. But let's see if this has got any potential. It's touching down there, so obviously it's going to need a lot of trimming, but it's something like that, isn't it? It's something like that. It's so hard to get any idea. I might tape these on and see if that gives me half a clue. Well, that is taped loosely onto place. Bit of a big gap at the front at the minute. I don't think that's where that would stay, but you know what? There's potential in this idea. Why do I get these outtakes every bloody video? Okay, little time hop. As you know, I get a little bit carried away with this stuff and just tend to crack on and forget to film stuff. One arch is on, and you know what? I really like it. From some angles, it's ever so slightly tighter radius here than you'd want, but when you turn the wheel, I can see why. When the wheel comes forward in the caster, there is so much room. See how close this is? Here. This looks quite close here, but when the wheel turns, that's going to sit like that. When the wheel turns, it just goes into this space. It is a really well-designed arch in terms of tyre clearance. Actually, with a white arch on it, looks kind of badgery, doesn't it? Badger 5 inverted. I quite like it in a weird way, but they're not staying this colour. They will be going volcano black. A couple of people suggested like a carbon wrap or hydrodip carbon. This is real carbon. Everything else, every panel on the car now, apart from the quarter panels and roof and tailgate at the minute, are real carbon. I'm just not into fake carbon. It's not my thing. But that's on, all bolted up. I haven't done the final bolt at the bottom because I don't want the bolt to be behind the air dam. I might bring the air dam round and bolt the arch to the air dam. I don't want it to be that you can't take the arch off with the air dam in place or vice versa. That's on. I'm just going to take you around this side. All of these holes are actually drilled and done and sorted, and I've started marking up here where I need to cut. Now, this is where the old arch sat. This is where the new arch sits. It's a good 2 inches further forward, so there's so much more room as this tyre comes in. It's not going to hit down here. This is the approximate line I'm going to cut out. Then I'll bolt the arch back on and trim the two lines so that this arch line blends into the new arch line, and then we'll do a bit of tidying up. That's the initial cut for tyre clearance. We will be taking a grinder to all test sessions in case we need to add more. Overall though, I'm really happy with how this is coming together. Right, so there's the scary choppy bit done. I've just initially taken a big old hoik out the front because the arch blends in around here. I've got a little point where I need to trim up, tidy this. But that's it done. Loads more room. Oh, let me move. Loads more room down here now, front bumper area, so the air dam's going to be a bit further forward. But they fit, they turn, lock to lock, no rubbing. Really happy. There we go. Another arch on, bolted. These are really solid when they're on, and the fit to the body is really nice, really tight. I'm going to have a rubber edging strip here, but there's just no gap down there really. Considering these are made for a Golf, not an A3, the fit is fantastic. I've already flowed this in. Hard to get the angle here, but basically just blended this. I've got a bit more trimming to do inside the arch here. But once this is all in paint and black, I think that's going to look quite good. Super 2000 ABS Motorsport Golf front arches on. Get a bit of paint on these. May or may not be this week for that video. Get some paint on these and that's them done. I'm not going to change the rears for the minute because it's more important to get an engine in here. More on that next week. More important to get an engine in here. The front tyres are covered. I am happy. Right, let's crack on.
The following Thursday.
Right, customary little bit of a time hop here. I've got these in paint, I've got them on. They are in black, and you know what? I think they look pretty good. They fit the body so well. So there you go. That is an ABS Motorsport Mark V Golf Super Touring arch on an 8L A3. The only real place I had to do much trimming was here. I had to trim this out because this arch flares out and the Golf arch doesn't as much. I trimmed that off. But I think it looks really good. Now, question for you. The rubber arch trim. I thought it would look good, but it's pinched where every bolt is. And if you look down this line, I actually think the rubber trim looks kind of rubbish. I'm going to pop that off, do it back up without the rubber trim, and I want you guys to drop me a comment down below, best with the trim or without. So first up, with the trim, and now without the trim. I didn't really expect to like this more, but you know what? I think I like that more without the trim on it. Because the fit to the body is really pretty good still. We haven't got any massive gaps anywhere, even across here. Body gap along here. It's not really anything to speak of. You know what? I think I like that more without the trim. Makes my job quicker for the other side. Right, well, that's the end of this one. Arches are on, really happy with them. Next week I might have a small teaser to show you where we're up to. Big thanks to ABS Motorsport for supplying these. Tony was great to chat to. He said, buy the arches. If they don't work, if anything doesn't fit, send it back, cover the postage, get a refund. Fronts are a success. We've still got the rears. Still can't point. Nah, give up. They're over there. We've still got the rears to try. Get the light. We've still got the rears to try, but we'll see. For now, the rear wheels are covered. I've got more important things to do to get on, get ready for race season. I hope you guys will like this one. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It's 5 weeks. 5 weeks until we're racing. Have fun. See you at Donington.